Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spine Ticks After Party. Got some great stuff to share with you tonight. I have one TTM return, some eBay pickups, the last of my COMC order. I'll be showing the last group of the 1978 Topps baseball starter set, and I'll also be starting the first group of the 1974 Topps baseball starter set. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the TTM. So this TTM comes from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Initials are RG, and this is a Football Hall of Famer. This has been out probably 5 months, and they did not sign the index cards, but that's okay. And this is Russ Grimm. He signed all 3 of my cards, including his rookie card right here, 1984 Topps. I love that he signed it with the inscription Hogs Hall of Fame 2010. Just fantastic. Sorry about the focus. There we go. Just a fantastic player. There's the 1985 Topps. Guess I got to turn it this way to see the autograph. But again, he signed Hogs Hall of Fame 2010. Love this 85 set with the black borders. And then the 1986 Topps. And again with the Hogs inscription and the Hall of Fame 2010. So really cool return. Thank you so much, Mr. Grimm, for taking the time. Definitely happy to add this one to the collection. All right, give me just 1 second. I have a stack of cards to the side of me, and it feels like I'm going to knock them over if I don't move them. So let me move those somewhere else real quick. All right, there we go. All right, next, moving on to some eBay pickups. I've got several different eBay pickups spread out. But let me go ahead and start with this one. Over the last couple months, I've been looking for lots on eBay, starter sets, you know, for basically any sets, any sports. When I started collecting in 1986, I've just been looking for starter sets of that. And occasionally I'll find something that kind of piques my interest that isn't a starter set. And that's the case with these 3 lots. And, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these, but this is fantastic. So let me go ahead and start. So first card, we've got a Mike Modano Score Canadian rookie card. Of course, huge fan of Mike Modano, Dallas Stars. And so got that. And another one. 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 And let me just show you. 66 Mike Modano Score rookie cards. Most of them are Score Canadian. Let me get through the Score Canadians. And I didn't even realize this until somebody pointed it out to me, but you can tell the difference. Right here, the Score Canadians have a red score, and the regular score, it's in blue. But everything else is the same other than, you know, the backs. Obviously, with the Score Canadians, you have the French down here at the bottom, where the regular score, you just have English. But anyway, 66 Mike Modano rookie cards, probably 2 times as many Score Canadians as I do regular score. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these, but I paid 99 cents. Are you kidding me? 99 cents. I mean, I did pay a shipping charge, but still 99 cents for the cards themselves. And yeah, I've got a nice little Mike Modano Score rookie collection. And if that wasn't enough, the same seller had this Jeremy Roenick. Jeremy Roenick. Jeremy Roenick. Roenick. 56 Jeremy Roenick rookie cards. And this is kind of a cool card to me. I think 1990 might have been my very first card show that I did. And they were giving away like, sort of like door prizes or something. Not door prizes, but like when you walked into the show, they would give you kind of like a goodie bag or something like that. And I ended up with 3 score hockey cards. And one of them happened to be Jeremy Roenick. And at the time, I had no idea who he was. But he ended up turning into an amazing player. Not a Hall of Famer yet. He should be. But I remember having this card as a kid and, it kind of meaning something to me. And so, and I'm a big fan of Jeremy Roenick anyway. So to get 56 of his rookie cards. Again, most of them are score Canadian. Let me find where the regular score starts right there. So yeah, these are the score Canadian and then just a little stack of the score. But again, 56 Jeremy Roenick rookie cards. And so I ended up picking that up for 99 cents as well and combined the shipping with the Madonna. They both got shipped at the same time, so I had the exact same shipping charge. I think it was $5 or something. So, 66 Madonnas, 56 Jeremy Roenick's, 100 and something rookie cards of, 2 of the best American hockey players ever. And then I found this from a different seller. And these are all score Canadian, but this is Alexander Mogilny's rookie card. And I think I paid $1.50 for these. And there's 30 of them. And so I believe this is, the earlier set. The other one, I think it was Series 2. This is Series 1, number 43. But I said, you know what, why not? If I have the Madonnas and the Roenicks, might as well pick up a Mogilny stack. And so got 30 Alexander Mogilny rookie cards right here. And I definitely didn't buy as much of the Series 1 as I did the Series 2 because the Series 2 had all the stars in it, or the top prospects, I guess. And so I was more focused on the Series 2 than I was the Series 1. It would be nice if I could get a stack of these at Martin Brodeur or obviously Jaromir Jagr. But still really happy to get these, and especially for a fantastic price. That's, this basically just defines the junk wax era. You can get stacks like this for next to nothing of, star players, Hall of Fame players. So, yeah, it might be junk wax, but, I still couldn't pass up a deal like that. So really happy to get those. And now I got to get a bunch of top loaders to top load all those cards. So, yeah, that'll be the next thing I'll be buying. All right, moving on. Definitely moving further back into the past. Okay, let's go ahead and start with this. So I think it was last week I showed it might have been 2 weeks ago, but I showed a stack of German actor and actresses cards, and they came out, I think it was the top stars of the 1940s. I think it came out in 32 or something. Well, the same seller actually had 2 other groups of cards that are very similar. One was top stars of the 1920s, and the other one was top stars of the 1930s. And so I ended up picking both of them up as well. And so let me go ahead and get these ready. So this I guess was produced between 1931 and 1932. These were made by a Rami cigarette company. And I guess the set is, I'm probably going to butcher this, but Für unser Film Lieblinge, which I guess translates to for our film fans. And the vast majority of these I really haven't heard of, but there are some great names in here, and there are 2 key cards that I was just really excited to get that I'll show here in a minute. And some are certainly better than others, starting with what might be the worst one of the group. Yeah, these are cigarette cards, so it looks like somebody might have burned this one, but this is Peggy Norman. And these are even smaller than, a regular tobacco card, because this is a tobacco card sleeve, and it's much shorter. these are actual photographs, which are really kind of cool. Sorry about the focus. There's the back, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, but Orami is the name of the company. And then Film Liblinge, I guess, is the name of the set. So got that one. Next we have Susie Vernon. This one looks much better. And so these are Series C. I think there's a few Series C, and then the most of the rest of them are Series D. And I'm not sure which series. I mean, I guess there might have been more than D, but I would guess the series, A and B probably might have come out in 31, and then later on, the later series probably came out in 32. This is Barbara Stanwyck. Definitely heard of her. And this looks to be a large set. So I think there were only 25 cards here, but you look right here, and this is card number 237. So definitely a large set. And this is just from Series C. Right there. But still really cool cards. And, just a quick look on eBay. I haven't been able to find too many more of these. Dolores Costello. So I'm not sure how scarce these are, but definitely cool. Another very familiar name, Greta Garbo. Definitely off center. And if you notice this one, this is Series D. And that's what Series C looked like. Next, we have Anita Page. And I believe the rest of these are Series D. All right, here come the two big cards from this lot. And this one looks like it might have been pasted in an album, because it's got a little bit of remnants of paste on the back. I'll show you here in a minute. But it is a key name, and that's Buster Keaton. One of the biggest stars of the silent film era. One of the biggest stars of all time, really. And this was actually the first Buster Keaton card that I got into my collection. There's actually another one in the set that I'm going to show next. But you can see right here, it looks like it was pasted in an album, unfortunately. But I've been looking to get a Buster Keaton card for a while now. And, at least eye appeal. This looks fantastic. But it wouldn't get a high grade, probably authentic with that glob of glue right there. It's still a really cool card. And the other big one, and this one's in definitely better shape. It doesn't get much bigger than Charlie Chaplin. And this is another individual I've been trying to get cards of, and his cards are all over the place. You can find some relatively cheap, probably around $20 range. But some of his cards just get ridiculously expensive. And, with the market today, and, I don't even know that there's a really good way to look up the prices of these cards. So the prices can be all over the place, really. But I got this one for a great price, and it's in fantastic shape. There's the back. No glue or anything. So really happy to get this. And Mr. Chaplin will make another appearance here later on in this video, because I did pick up another Charlie Chaplin card, really excited about. But there we go with this iconic character, the Tramp. And yeah, that's really cool to get. All right, next, this is definitely a famous name, but as far as I know, this is no relation to the one that you probably know and are a big fan of as well, about Harrison Ford. I was joking with a friend of mine that who knew Harrison Ford was this old, but it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, this is obviously a different Harrison Ford, and I'm not really familiar with this one, but still pretty cool to get this lot and see Harrison Ford's name. All right, next we have Tom Mix. Definitely heard of him. The first time I showed his card, I mentioned that in the movie Tombstone, one of the last things they say in the movie is that Tom Mix had attended Wyatt Earp's funeral, and it said Tom Mix wept was the last line in the movie. And this is Tom Mix. He was one of the early Western actors in Hollywood, and it's really cool to get another card of his into the collection. Can't say I've seen too many of his films, but definitely familiar with him. All right, next we have Glenn Tryon. Looks like he's holding on to a cane. I wasn't sure if that was a golf club or not, but looks like a cane. Again, I'm going to apologize. I'm still getting over some sort of bug that I had. Not sure if it was allergies or some sort of upper respiratory something or other, but still kind of hanging around, but definitely feel much better. So apologize for a couple sniffles or maybe coughs during the video. Next, we have William Haynes. Next, we have Luis Moran for Lois. Probably Lois. Madge Evans. It's really cool images. And most of these look really nice, condition-wise. Next, we have Jeanette Loff. Layla Hyams. Arami Rotgold. That doesn't sound very good. Anthony Bushell. Greta Garbo again. Vivian Siegel. Karen Morley. I believe this is the second time we've seen Dolores Costello. Norma Shearer. This one's got some staining or something on the sides. We have June Collier. A little bit of staining on the edges of this one as well. Not too bad on the front. Barry Norton. And we have Grant Withers. So that's this lot. This was 1931-32 Arami cigarettes. Fur Unsear Film Lieblinge, or 4R Film Fans. So that was the top stars of the 1920s, I believe. And this is top stars of the 1930s. This was produced in 1933. It's produced by various cigarette companies for an album called The Gold Film Builder, which was basically Golden Film Pictures. And these are just fantastic. This was definitely had to be ahead of its time. Yeah, this has like a gold leaf or a gold foil around the images and just looks amazing, especially for cards that came out in 1933. Let me go ahead and get started. Here's Greta Garbo, and just look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's got that gold. Every single one of them has this gold background. Just looks fantastic. And there's the back. And this one's Bulgaria Gold Film, Bulgaria Sport. There are definitely a few different cigarette companies in here. This is Ramon Navarro. Again, you got the really cool background. And these are Series 1 right here. Lupe Velez. Louis Stone. And again, I haven't been able to find too many more of these on eBay, so I'm not sure how scarce they are. Next we have Carol Lombard. Definitely heard of her. This one's got a little wear that you can see in the gold. Definitely some corner touches on this, but I don't mind. These are like 90 years old, so big fan of this guy, Gary Cooper. Next we have Jacqueline Logan. Little something up there. Next we have Jack Trevor. Next we have Dolores Del Rio. Next we have Sue Carroll. Next, Mary Bryan. These are just really nice cards. Love to pick up a few more of these. Even some of the same with the different backs, since they were produced by several different companies. Warner Baxter, especially some of the key names. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for some more. Richard Barthelmess. Ruth Chatterton. I believe, yeah. So next, these are from Salem Gold Film, or Salem Cigarette and Fabric. But these are also Series 1. Yeah, Francis D. And this one's kind of rough. This one's got crease here, and there's another crease here. Definitely some stuff up there. A little rough, but that's the back of this compared to this one. Next, we have Constance Bennett. Next, we have Conchita Montenegro. Marlene Dietrich. This one definitely has some rough corners, but otherwise it's not too bad. Some stuff on the back. Next, we have Anna Mae Wong. If you live in the U.S., you might have seen that Anna Mae Wong is now on a U.S. quarter. I happened to get one in my change the other day. Put it aside. Made sure to keep it. Really cool. She was like the first Asian superstar in Hollywood in America. Next, we have George Bancroft. Next, we have another Buster Keaton, but again, this one has a fairly significant flaw. But I love the image, him playing cards or something. Rough corners. It does have good eye appeal on the front, but on the back, somebody thought it was a good idea to cross out Salem here with a pencil. So, a little disappointing that the two Buster Keaton cards that I picked up, both from the same seller, both in the same, basically, same two lots, and both of them had a pretty significant flaw to them. But still, a couple Buster Keaton cards, definitely can't complain, and it does look really nice on the front, and love the image. Next, definitely a key individual here in Texas and Oklahoma, Will Rogers. We have the Will Rogers Coliseum. Probably about 45 minutes from my house. Sorry, it keeps bouncing the focus, but really nice image there. Oop. And the back is not too bad. Little dirt and stuff, but still a nice card. I think that's only the second Will Rogers card I have. Next, we have Douglas Fairbanks. Quite a few of his cards. Him and his son. Next, we have Claudette Colbert. And the last one we have Robert Montgomery. So this one had a little bit more star power than the first group that I showed, but the first one had the Charlie Chaplin, so hard to beat that. That was definitely the best card of the lot, and it's in fantastic shape. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing those, and I'm really excited to get those into the collection, especially the Buster Keaton cards and of course the Charlie Chaplin. So all right, what else do we have here? Okay, so I have three more eBay pickups. These came from Australia. And I'll go ahead and start with this one since we were doing actors and actresses. And I mentioned it earlier that I did pick up another Charlie Chaplin card. And this is from 1925. This is by British American Tobacco Company. This is from the Cinema Star Set 3. And it's just incredibly gorgeous. Again, in this tramp character. Just looks fantastic. And it's also a real photograph, so really cool to get this. And yeah, because I bought these other two cards from the same seller, I asked if he would knock this price in half and bundle and combine shipping, and he actually did it. So I got this basically for half price because I did pay quite a bit for the two cards that I'm about to show. So I was, originally I was going to contact him and said, hey, if I purchase these two cards, could you throw in this Chaplin for free? But I didn't think he'd go for it. So I said, would you knock half off and combine shipping on the two groups? And he was able to do that. So definitely happy to pick up a Chaplin, especially in a bundle, and be able to save a little bit of money. But it just looks amazing. Really happy to add this to the collection. All right, so these next two, this is a really important person in cricket. This guy played for 44 years and was really, as far as I know, one of the first true superstars of cricket. And I only have one card of his, and he actually shares it with another individual that I can't find any information about. But these are the first two solo cards of his that I was able to get. And I mean, he played for 44 years, so he oversaw a lot of the giant changes in the game of cricket. And he was considered one of the best all-around players at the time and in history, really. And I have shown him on the channel before, but these are definitely some amazing, amazing cards to add to the collection. And let me go ahead and show these. So this is W.G. Grace, and he is an icon of the game. And he's obviously known for his long gray beard. But to get a couple cards, this is 1901 Ogden's General Interest Series A. And it's in really nice shape, but I actually need to get some magnifiers on this and see if the corners have been touched up or anything like that, because this does look fantastic, especially for about to be 123-year-old card, but just absolutely gorgeous. And he was actually still participating in cricket until like 1915. But really cool to be able to get a couple of cards this old of his, technically still within his playing days. Although I think he was done with Test cricket by this point. I think he finished in 1896 or something. So I think it was just like first class cricket up to this point. But still, just an absolute icon. Happy to pick that up. And I also picked this one up. This is from 1902. And this is, again, Ogden's General Interest, but this is Series D. And this one looks absolutely incredible. So it wouldn't surprise me as if this has either been, trimmed or colored, but I don't care. It's a W.G. Grace, and it was affordable, and it does have some stuff going on the back, so not really sure what that is, but W.G. Grace in Yorkshire versus in England 11 at the Hastings Festival 1901. Just a really cool card to have. So let me show these both one more time. I've got some really nice cricket cards in my collection, Don Bradmans and stuff like that, but I don't know that I've picked up two cricket cards that are this cool to get. Yeah, definitely one of the early stars. This is, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like getting like a Mike King Kelly from baseball or a Cap Anson in some cases. Um, Definitely, totally different sport, but that's kind of what he was to cricket. So these are really cool to get. Really happy to get these. So that's all the eBay pickups I have, unless I missed something. So let's go ahead and show the last half of the COMC order I picked up. Most of this is modern, ultra modern, but I did pick up this 1961 Fleer Greats of Johnny Evers, who is in the Hall of Fame, but some would say that he's only in the Hall of Fame because of a really famous poem that was written, Tinker to Evers to Chance. And, if you know the story, Tinker and Evers didn't really like each other very much. But this is just in fantastic shape. And I do like this, even though, these are all, sort of baseball greats cards in the set and long since retired, all the players in the set anyway. It's still a really cool design, and I do like this set in the 1960 as well. So if I see a card that looks really nice, and the price is right, I do not have a problem picking these up, even if these are post-career cards. They're still very vintage in my mind, so I don't have a problem picking stuff like this up. But really happy to get an Evers card into the collection because that's definitely the first one. All right, next, definitely fast forwarding into the modern era. I did not have this one, and I don't know why, so I decided to pick it up. One of the best pitchers that I've seen in my lifetime, and this is the 1987 Topps Traded Greg Maddux. I have a few of his Donruss rated rookies, but I did not have his 87 Topps Traded. And I don't think I've ever had this card. So, really happy to pick this up. It's in really nice shape. Next, I had this set when I was a kid. I think twice. But I didn't have these cards anymore. I probably traded them off and broke up the set. So I just decided to pick them up. They were under $1, and why not? We got Jim Abbott. I've got his autograph on a couple baseballs. Was able to meet him, I think, in 1991. So this is a 1988 Topps Traded. He was card 1 in the set. So I picked that up, and also picked up the Tino Martinez from that set. Tino the Bambino. I definitely have a few cards from this set. The Grace and the Chris Sabo, the Walt Weiss, a couple of the other, at the time, key cards and stuff. But I did not have these two, so decided to pick them up. And I started compiling this set during the World Series. And, obviously the Texas Rangers won the World Series. Go Rangers. And just decided to kind of build up some player collections of some of the key players on the Rangers. And I do have quite a few Corey Seager rookies, but I decided to pick up several others. And so this is, what is this, 2013? 2013 Panini USA Baseball Champions. I had to write that down. This is a Corey Seager. This was, I guess, from 2010, the 16 and under national team. So looking at a 16-year-old Corey Seager right there. Yeah, this is a 2013 USA Baseball Champions. And I picked up his 2013, I guess this is just Bowman. Corey Seager. Just a fantastic player. And I wasn't collecting, in 2013. 2016 when I guess he was technically a rookie. This is the Bowman Chrome, so I didn't have any of this stuff, and it's really cheap. I mean, $1 or $2 for this stuff, so why not pick up some? He's an amazing player. Still a long way from making the Hall of Fame, but he's on the right path, that's for sure. So, I have no problems picking up rookie cards when they're $1 or $2, and just kind of seeing what happens, especially if I enjoy the player like Corey Seager. So here's the 2016 Bowman with the rookie logo. And I do have this one, but I didn't have the opening day version. This is, I guess, just Topps, right? Topps opening day. And this is 2016 Topps Finest. That might be my favorite Seager rookie. Always been a fan of Finest. And it looks much better without the coating that they used to have in the 90s. All right, so next, a break from the Rangers to show this one card. This is a 2015 Topps. And I've always been a big fan of this guy, and he's kind of a shell of the player he used to be, but still really enjoyed him and loved seeing him win a championship for a team that was well deserving of it and waited decades to get their championship. Of course, I'm talking about the Chicago Cubs and Chris Bryant, and did not have a rookie card of his, and so I decided to pick this up. He was really fun to watch early in his career. And those are like $1.50, so why not? All right, moving back to the Rangers, Stars, and I'm not sure that the Rangers would have won the World Series without this guy, and this is Adolis Garcia, and this is his first Bowman. And sorry, that was 2018, and this is 2019. Topps, Adolis Garcia. And this is 2019 as well. This is Bowman, and I actually bought 2 of these. And this is 2019 Topps Heritage. And I'm always saying I'm a fan of Topps Heritage just because it looks like the vintage. All right. So I did pick up another card. That's the end of the Rangers. I just picked up some Seager and Garcia cards. I didn't pick up any other players, but I did not have a rookie card of this guy, and I'm definitely a huge fan. And so decided to pick this up. This is also from the Topps Heritage 2019, and it's Pete Alonso. And he kind of reminds me of, Mark McGwire, during the early part of his career, especially McGwire breaking the rookie home run record, and then Pete Alonso doing the same thing. And I kind of see a lot of similarities between the two. And so definitely a big fan of Pete Alonso, and decided to pick this up. And it's the first Alonso rookie, but probably won't be the last. I'd like to pick up a few more, but definitely love the heritage look, even though I'm not a really big fan of the 70 design. All right, lastly, these are some up-and-coming Japanese superstars that I'm a really big fan of. And although one requested to be posted to Major League Baseball a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't expect that he's actually going to come over this year. I think the way it is you have to have played like 5 years or 7 years or be 25 years old before you're eligible to be posted to Major League Baseball. So Ohtani did not. Ohtani came over before he was 25. But I guess there's something going on with the system where because he has to be posted now and all of the international pool money has already been used from this calendar year, and the new international money won't be posted until like 2 months later or something like that. It's like a weird window where it doesn't line up, where the only way the guy could come over is if he signed like a minor league contract, and the money would be much less that way. So I don't expect that he's going to come over, but in Ohtani's case, he was more than able to make up for that with endorsements and stuff like that. And he didn't seem to mind, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're going to see this player come over. But let me go ahead and start with this individual right here. This is not the one I'm talking about, but this is definitely one of the top home run hitters of Japan. And this is Munetaka Murakami. And this is 2021 Topps MPB. And so wanted to pick this card up, and I'm actively looking for cards of his. I seem to have some sort of knocking in my microphone. Hopefully y'all aren't hearing that, because it's really annoying when I'm trying to talk. Hopefully you can't hear that on the camera. I'm not sure what's going on with the video. Sorry for bumping that. Yeah, Munetaka Murakami. And I did pick up his Genesis. What is this actually called? The 2022 BBM Genesis. And this is just a fantastic looking card. It's got this gold foil border. Just a gorgeous looking card. Right, give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can unplug my headphones and see if I can get rid of this knock, because it's really driving me nuts, and I still have quite a bit to show. Let me see if I can get this fixed for a second. Sorry, technical difficulties. All right, I'm back. Hopefully that fixed it. I don't seem to hear it right now. All right. So next, this is the individual I was talking about that tried to be posted, but I don't think he's coming over. And this is an amazing pitcher. I've talked about him before. I've shown his cards before. This guy pitched a perfect game. I think it was in 2022. And then his very next start, he went 8 additional perfect innings before he was pulled from the game. And so this guy just has just incredible stuff. And we will see him in Major League Baseball at some point. Really happy to pick these cards up. First, I'll start with the 2022 BBM Genesis. And this is Roki Sasaki. If you have not heard of Roki Sasaki, look him up. Absolutely incredible athlete. And definitely a card you should be looking for. And so really happy to pick this up. And this was a card that I had kind of held off on because it was fairly pricey for a while, but I was finally able to pick one up at a decent price. Really happy to get this one. This is from the World Baseball Classic. This is the 2023 Topps. Roki Sasaki. And he really pitched well in the WBC as well. So, and right here, he's 21 years old. So a few years away from actually being eligible to be posted for Major League Baseball, because he's still, 3 or 4 years away from being 25. But definitely an amazing, amazing talent, and really happy to get those cards into the collection. So that's all of the COMC order. Let me clear this out of the way. And let's go ahead and show the last group of the 1978 Topps starter set. So I'm not sure how many cards are left. I think I stopped at 500. And I think there might be 792 cards in the set, and I don't have the complete set, so Definitely several cards missing, but I'm going to guess we probably have about 150 cards left to show. And again, I'll show a few of the backs, and then show the backs for some of the more notable players. But for the most part, I'm just going to kind of go through these. So we've got Pat Rocket, because all the backs look the same basically. Nothing really to see on those. Kind of just your average card back. There we go. Next we have Ike Hampton. Next we have Felix Mian. Next we have Willie Crawford. Next we have Brent Strom. Next, Frank Duffy. Larry Herndon. Rob Spearing. Spurring. Sure. I love those old Astros uniforms. Man, those were atrocious. Definitely a 70s look. Tim Corcoran. Gary Bear. Tommy Boggs. Here's one that definitely has to be replaced. There's a nasty crease in it. Larry Hissel. Steve Staggs. Next we have Donnie Moore. This one has a crease in it as well. This might be his rookie card. But Donnie Moore is probably most known for giving up a home run in the 86 playoffs to Dave Henderson of the Red Sox. Yeah, he was never really the same after that home run. Next we have Bernie Carbo. Definitely a nice player. Next we have Vic Carell. Rob Piccolo. This one's got some corner wear for sure. Although I don't know if there's any creases. Should probably replace that at some point. Next we have Paul Hartzell. Next we have Sandy Alomar, Sr., playing for the Rangers. Next we have Wilbur Howard. Next, Bruce Bhakti. Next, Johnny LeMaster. Next, we have Vic Davilio. Vic Davilio. Might have butchered that. I think that might be right. Ooh, that's really miscut on the back. Look at that. Good old 1970s quality control. Next, we have Tim Johnson. Next, Larry Harlow. Next, we have Lenny Randall. That's a great image. we have Bill Campbell. Ted Martinez. Next we have John Scott. Next we have Billy Hunter. Thought there might be a crease in this, but I guess not. Next we have Joe Kerrigan. John Mayberry. Terry Poole. Joe Coleman. Butch Weiniger. Ed Armbrister. Charlie Williams. Glenn Burke. Dave Rader. Mitch Kelleher. Thought there was a crease in this one, but I guess not. There's a little scratch right here. Next we have Jerry Kuzman, who does do TTMs, but I think he might charge. Next we have Merv Redmond. Dick Drago. Buck Martinez. Rick Wise. Luis Gomez. Pat Dobson. Buzz Capra. Rance Mullenix. That's got to be early in his career. Yeah, that is a rookie. Rance Mullenix rookie. Lynn McLaughlin. George Medich, but this has a crease in it right here. John Hale. Woody Fryman. Jim Mason. Bob Nepper. Bobby Mercer. Definitely a nice player. Bob Apodaca. Dave Skaggs. Dave Frieselben. Sixto Lescano. Gary Wheelock. Eddie Solomon. This one's got a rough bend right there. Not quite a crease, but definitely a bend. We're going to have to replace that one. Gary Woods. Frank Tanana, fantastic DTMer. Eric Soderholm. Will McEnany. Earl Williams. John Denny. This one's definitely a little beat up. Rough corner right there. Something going on right there. Definitely a little rough. Gary Maddox. Pat Scanlon. Ken Henderson. Marty Perez. Clay Carroll. He always looks mad in his pictures. Look at that. Like, why do I gotta stand here for this picture? Next we have Joe Nolan. Tommy Helms. Can't read today. We got Thad Bosley. It's early in his career. Yeah, this is his rookie. That's cool. Next we have Craig Swan. Next we have Champ Summers, and this one definitely needs to be replaced. This one's really rough. And a crease right here. Next we have Eduardo Rodriguez. Gary Alexander. Jose Cruz. He was a nice player. Shout out to Sean Jedi Master. Next we have Dave Johnson. Next we have Ralph Garr. Next we have Don Stanhouse. Next, Danny Ozark. Next, Roland Office. Next, we have Tom Verizer. Next, we have Len Barker. Next, a really beat up Joe Rudy with lots of creasing in it. And these are deep creases, too. Nice player, though. Next, we have Jim Bibby. Next, we have Duffy Dyer. Paul Splittorff. Gene Kleins. Lee May. This one's got some creasing in it, too, so I have to replace that. Next, we have Doug Rao. Next, Denny Doyle. Next, we have Tom House, the now quarterback whisperer. Fantastic TTMer as well. Former Ranger pitching coach. Next, we have Mike Torres. Pretty nice pitcher. Next we have Rick Auerbach. Steve Dunning. Ron Hodges. Next we have Dave Garcia. Bombo Rivera. Manny Sanguian. Really nice player. Jason Thompson. Grant Jackson. That's a great jacket right there. Man, the Phillies had some really cool the Pirates had some really cool uniforms back then. The We Are Family Pirates. Paul Dade. Fred Stanley. Dennis Leonard. Billy Smith. Jeff Bird. Don Kessinger. Steve Bry. Bob Myrick. Ed Herman. Tom Bergmeyer. Wayne Garrett. Vida Blue. Fantastic pitcher. 1978, they didn't have any high numbers. I think they were all released in one series. So, Rob Beloyer. Not sure how you say that. Next, we have Ken Brett. Mike Champion. Ralph Houck. Probably most known for being the manager of the Yankees. Right there. Actually, I guess that's as a player. He was a manager. I think he was the manager in '61 with Maris and Mantle's chase for Babe Ruth's home run record. Frank Tavares. Next, we have Mickey Rivers. Lamar Johnson. Elias Sosa. Stephen Gorey. We have Juan Bernhardt. Next, we have some rookies. The rookie pitchers. Steve McCatty's probably the biggest name on here. Maybe Tom Hume. Next, rookie catchers, maybe Rick Sweet. Next, we have rookie outfielders. We got Dave Bergman, Clint Hurdle, former manager. Next, we have rookie first baseman, probably Dave Revering. Got Pat Putnam. I think that's all the rookies. Next, we have Bobby Valentine playing for the Mets. You can't help but laugh with the disguise that he tried to use. after he was ejected when he was managing the Mets. That was fantastic. What a character. Bobby Valentine, former Ranger manager as well. Bob Davis. And Bobby Valentine is a nice TTMer as well. Next we have Mike Anderson, and this one's really rough. This one's got spider crease right there. Next we have Cito Gaston, manager of the Toronto Blue Jays World Series teams in the early 90s. Next we have Nelson Briles. Next we have Ron Jackson. Pretty close to finishing off this set. 3 or 4 cards left to go. Next we have Randy Elliott. Pete Broberg. Johnny Walkenfuss. Great name. That's a cool image, too. And the last one. The bubblegum blowing champion of 1976, I believe, Kurt Bavacqua. That's a cool card. That 77 card, I think it is. Definitely want to get that at some point. I do not have it. It's a cool card if you haven't seen it. So that is what I have of the 1978 Topps baseball set. It's a pretty nice start. I think outside of the cards that I'll probably have to replace, I probably am only 200 and 250 cards away from completing the set, but probably closer to 300 with the ones that I'll need to replace. So, yeah, definitely over halfway complete, but still a long way to go. All right, so next I'm going to show a group of the 1974 starter set that I bought. Now, these first 5 cards that I'm about to show are not part of the starter set, but they'll be included in the set at some point because I do have these cards, but I picked these up quite a few months ago at various times. But we'll go ahead and show them here. The 1974 Topps Frank Robinson. One of the greatest players ever. And we got the Alkay line. Now, I did get an Alkay line in this group, but it's so beat up, it's not worth using. And it's the same with the Fergie Jenkins. This one's in much better condition than the one that I did receive in the lot. And we've got Don Sutton. And last, had to get the Billy Martin, Texas Rangers manager. So those are the 74 cards that I did have in my collection, only 5 of them, so not much of a set. But I do think there's probably about 200 cards or so here that are usable as far as the set is concerned. And I do have these sleeved up, so I got to be careful pulling these out because they'll slide everywhere. I'll just show this real quick. This is the stack of either beater cards or duplicates that I have from the group, and some of these are just horrible. Some of them have some nasty creases. There might even be some writing on some of them. I mean, just you can't use these. These are just all beat up, and these are the Hank Aaron specials, and they're just beat up. Can't use any of that stuff, and that's a shame. But there's a Phil Necro, really nasty looking. Yeah, I might show some of these beater cards in a video. Look at that. That's nasty. Looks like somebody was playing on a little league field with this. But yeah, definitely some beaters. But yeah, I might try to do a video with those because I think it might be kind of enjoyable seeing some of the really beat up cards that I'm getting and some of these lots that I'm buying, because I don't even know why you would try to sell some of those. I guess somebody wants to buy them. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're at an hour and 16 minutes. I don't really have a stopping point. We'll just see how quickly we can go through these. I don't have a whole lot. Like I said, I might have like, I don't know, 150 or 200 cards towards a starter set. And we got Mickey Lolich, definitely a nice pitcher. Oh, we do have some duplication here. Got Dave May. I guess I didn't pull out the duplicates, so all those cards that I just showed a minute ago, those must have been all beaters. Tom Hilgendorf, because it looks like I still have the duplicates in here. Paul Popovich. This isn't one of my favorite designs from the decade, but there's some really nice imagery for sure in this set. It does have some key rookie cards for sure. Gary Thomason. Jerry Moses. Again, kind of like the 78. They're kind of just standard card backs. Nothing too special about them. Got a pair of Saya Costas. Bill Campbell. George Scott. Definitely a nice player. MVP in the Eastern League, 1965. Don Newhouser. Just some great imagery here. Dave Sells. Ken Suarez. Bobby Floyd. Claude Osteen, fantastic TTMer. Dave Johnson, former manager. Pat Kelly. That's a cool image right here. Dick Sharon. Steve Renko. Bobby Heiss. Fred Kendall. Now in this set, they actually did two different versions of the cards for the Padres. There were rumors that the Padres would be moving to Washington, and so there are variations of this card where it'd say Washington National League, and those are a little bit more valuable than the standard San Diego Padres ones. But as we know, San Diego never left. But it was kind of interesting that Topps decided to do that just in case. But yeah, I do not have any of the Washington cards in my collection or in this lot. So it'd be kind of cool to pick some of those up at some point, especially the McCovey. Next we have the Elias Sosa. New York Mets. Harold Knowles. Ross Grimsley. Bill Sudeikis. Doug Rao. Amos Otis. This one looks like it's got a little bit of an oil stain right there. Tommy Helms. Del Unser. I guess I'll probably go till an hour and a half in. We're at hour and 21, so I'll go another 9 minutes and then call it. And wherever we get, we get. Annie Frisella. Mike Marshall. He was a nice relief pitcher. Fireman, as they called him. Minnesota Twins. Jim Colborn. Charlie Fox. Gene Tennis. Nice player. MVP of the 72 World Series. That at 348 with 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. First player to homer in his first 2 World Series at-bats. Set World Series record with a .913 slugging percentage in 72. Next we have Frank Duffy. I mean, just look at the imagery. The stadiums in the background. I just love this set, the imagery, anyway. Wish the design was a little bit more creative, I guess. Dave Giusti? Who knows? Dave Giusti. Next we have Joe Ferguson. And there's some nice in-action shots like this. Although this card could probably be replaced. It's definitely got some scuffing and stuff on the surface. Maybe even some paper loss. Here's the Fergie Jenkins that came with this. But I mean, it's not a beater or anything, but my copy was definitely nicer. Next we have Freddie Patek. Ken Forsch. Paul Blair. Nice player. Jerry Hairston. Got Burt Blyleven. Corners were a little rough. Oh. Not too bad. Del Crandall. He was a fantastic catcher. Next we have Harry Parker. We got a couple of these Alex Johnsons. Of the batting cage images. Next we have Bobby Grich. Next we have the California Angels. Nolan Ryan's in there somewhere. Next we have Willie Horton. Probably need a drink, but we're so close to the end. Maybe I will get a drink. We're so close to the end, I'll just go ahead and wing it, hope for the best. But Willie Horton, nice player. Jerry Royce. Jim Holt. Dennis Menke. Rick Russell. Long-time pitcher. Multiple-time All-Star. That's early in his career, too. That's probably second year. Al Bumbry. Another fantastic image. Just look at that. They don't take pictures like that anymore. Nasty wax stain. Look at that. Ugh. I don't mind wax being on the back, but when it's dark like that, it doesn't look really good. Ed Brinkman. Doc Ellis. He was a nice pitcher. Former Ranger. Next we have Steve Rogers. Reggie Cleveland. That stadium looked empty. Rudy Meoli. Ted Sizemore. Tim Foley. Ramon Hernandez. Jim Barr. Dave McNally. Nice pitcher. Bill Gugalewski. Tom Grieve. Fantastic TTMer. Clay Kirby. Don Hahn. Terry Forster. Ernie McElhaney. Richie Scheinblum. Rich Coggins. I think we'll stop at 400. Dahl Maxville. We're in the mid-50s now. Manny Mota. Mid-350s anyway. Manny Mota, fantastic TTMer. Bob Moose. Gates Brown. We have a couple of these George Stones. That's 397. That might be the last one. Let me see. Oh, we got 398. Duke Sims. Yeah, that's the last one. Next one's 407. So that's a good stopping point. See, I probably have 100 of the first 400 cards. So not a really big starter set, but still a decent start. That's through card 400, so probably about 100 cards there with the sleeves. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. I'll definitely be able to get through the rest of the set that I have. I'll show you the other section that I have. This is the other group, so I could probably cut it in half, which was nice. I'll show the rest of that next week, along with another starter set, because I definitely have quite a few of them that I've picked up. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. If I don't see y'all before the holidays, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and hope you have a great time with family and friends. And thanks again for coming to the Spine Ticks after party tonight. Be sure to stop by CHC Center Hill Cards premiere. Should be starting up right after this one. And until next time, thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.